Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tanelia and this is Young Beauty. In today's video, we're going to be playing around with some products that I picked up from BH Cosmetics. BH Cosmetics had one of their sales where everything was like 65 to 70% off. Nothing in here is new or a new release. I think the newest product that I have in here is the Chocolate Truffle Blush Quad. I think that came out a couple of months ago. Everything else has been out for a while. First thing we're going to do is prime our skin. I picked up the Studio Pro Anti-Shine Primer. So let's go ahead and slap it on our face. Looks like it has a little bit of a tint to it. I don't know if it'll actually show up that way on the skin. It's very, very thin. It has a slight silicone feel to it, but it's extremely, extremely thin. Remember, this says that it's anti-shine, so we will see. I mean, it's going on the skin kind of, it does feel slightly oily. I will say that. I don't know if I should have, shaken the tube up or anything a little bit, but it doesn't feel matte on the skin or anything, and you can see there is a slight tint to it. We will see how it performs in the foundation. The primer is setting down just a little bit. Like I said, it says that it's an anti-shine primer, so that means it should mattify and it should help control oil throughout the day. We'll see. The foundation I'm using today is the BH Cosmetics BH Liquid Foundation, the Naturally Flawless. This is in sand. I actually picked this up from TJ Maxx. I didn't get this from the website. I think it was like $4 from TJ Maxx. But we're going to use this little sponge. This is called the Complexion Sponge. This actually came out of the Full Beat sponge set from ColourPop. This is the first time that I am giving this sponge a try. It's soft and bouncy. So let's see how it works with the foundation. There's a pump on this bottle, but as you can see, it's like it doesn't work very well. I hear it. Oh, there it goes. I think it's coming out. I might end up having to like take the top off to get some of the product out, but that should be enough. So I'm just going to take this and dab it onto the skin. This shade is slightly dark for my complexion, just a little bit. Like this is the shade that I would use more so if I was tanning. This sponge, I'm not sure what I think about it. You know what? I will be right back. I'm going to dampen it real quick, and then we'll see how it works after I do that. All right, I have dampened it, and as you can see, it has grown in size. It's a lot softer and bouncier. Okay, yeah. So that was the trick. It just needed to be dampened a little bit. It's definitely working a lot better. The foundation is okay. Like I said, the shade's a little bit dark. I'm guessing this is supposed to be a medium to full coverage, but I'm getting more of a medium coverage to it. But it is building. I've added just a little bit more, and it is building. It's actually matching my skin a little bit better than I thought, but I'm going to go ahead and bring it down my neck just to make sure that everything is blended together. I don't have a corrector or concealer from BH Cosmetics, so I'm going to use my Becca Undereye Corrector. I'm just going to toss that on, and then I'm going to use the Milani concealer to conceal any dark circles under my eyes. Like I said, this is a first impression, so I've never used either the foundation or the primer before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an all-day wear test at some point. Today, when I'm filming this, it is June 27th. It's Saturday. This video is not going to go up for about another week. I'm like pre-filming a little bit. So by then, I will have been able to do a full wear test, and I will let you know in the comments how the primer held up, whether or not it did help to control shine, whether or not I did have any kind of mattifying effect, how well it lasted throughout the day. Same thing with the foundation, and I will just update you guys in the comments below. I'm going to conceal real quick with my Milani concealer since I do not have a concealer from BH Cosmetics. This sponge feels really, really nice. When I tried using it straight out of the pack, it wasn't like very bouncy, and I was having a hard time blending with it, but slightly dampened, it is working like a dream. I actually took the time to do my hair. I put some waves in it. It's funny because on the top, I don't know if you can see in the video, I'm getting little white hairs like all through. I'm 44 years old, so I'm not a spring chicken. And I thought about coloring it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just let it all turn white. Just hope, maybe in about 10 years I'll have a nice fluffy head of white hair. I'm just not going to bother coloring it. Just going to let it go all natural. I'm going to set my face with this BH Cosmetics. This is actually an under eye setting powder. I bought this a few months ago. It's okay. You guys know that I don't really like to set my under eyes because when I do, I tend to get a lot of creasing, and this powder didn't really help much. It did pretty much, even with this powder, my under eye still creased. But I thought, I could use it as a setting powder at least, maybe all over the skin so that it doesn't go to waste, and it's working well for that. Even though maybe advertised for the under eyes, it's a setting powder, so I would imagine that you can use it to set your makeup anywhere, not just your under eyes. And you guys know I like to use my sponge to press my powder into my skin. I also do not have a brow product from BH Cosmetics, so I'm going to use my tried and true InStudio pencil here. I'm down to just a little bit of a nub, and I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. You've seen me do this 1,000 times. I'm just not going to bore you with that in this video. Brows are finished. I have to say, I am really liking this powder as an all-over setting powder. It's advertised as an under-eye brightening powder, but my word, it looks so natural and soft on the skin. We're going to go ahead and move on to blush and highlight, and then we'll do our eyes. Both of these are blush formulas. This one is the Chocolate Orange Truffle Blush formula. This is a 4-pan palette, so this is a quad. There were several of these that came out when this collection was launched. All of them have 4 pans, but they just have different color stories. So there may be one that was pink, peach, burgundy, different color stories. And they smell like chocolate. I picked this one up because, of course, it's an orangey coral one. I have a lot of pink toned blushes. I even have some that are more red toned. I didn't really have anything that was orange toned. So when I saw this one, I definitely wanted to grab it. And this one was on sale for $9. I was waiting for them to go on sale. The regular price is $12. To me, that was just a little bit more than I was willing to spend. So when it went on sale for $9, I snatched it right up. The other blush, this one is the Floral blush. This one is in Honolulu Hideaway. When you open it up, this is actually a shimmer blush. This section right here is more coral, more bronze, and then the outside part is more pink, but it is more shimmery. When I swatched these to see what the formula looked like before I filmed, I feel like this one is going to work more as a blush topper or a highlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Chocolate Orange Truffle as my blush. And then this one I'll use as kind of a blush topper highlight over this blush. So the question is, which orange undertone blush do I want to use? There are no shade names, but they kind of go from light to deep. I think I want to go straight with the deep one. So I'm going to go with the deepest orange blush in the palette. Decent amount of pigment on the brush. Ooh, that's pretty. It's definitely a matte formula. There is no shimmer whatsoever in there. Oh my God, I am loving that tone. That is exactly what I was hoping for. That beautiful, rich, orangey tone to the skin. That is absolutely gorgeous. It's a really pretty summery type shade. That is beautiful. That is so pretty. And it just feels so warm on my skin tone. Like, it is absolutely perfect against my skin tone. It's just very, very natural and glowy. Even though it's a matte, it's very, very natural and soft and glowy on my complexion. I'm going to dip into this part of the blush, which is just a more coral, bronzy kind of tone. And like I said, I'm just going to lay that softly over the top of this blush as kind of a blush topper, just to add a little bit of glow, but not too much. I'm not looking for like a very, very heavy glow with it today. There's just, there's a little bit of color because it is a blush, but it leaves a very nice glow to the skin, if you can see that. So far, the primer and the foundation have been on about 15 minutes, and they are looking really, really nice on the skin. I'm really liking the finish. Powder looks really, really nice against my skin too. Even though that was advertised as a under eye setting powder, it's working really nice all over the face. I'm priming my eyelids with this Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. I'm just laying that all over my eyelids real quick. The shadow that I'm using, which is the Laviedunprince, is kind of a neon rainbow palette. So I wanted to use my nicer primer and not just the Juvia's Place concealer to try to give it its best start as far as helping it to perform. The eyeshadow palette that we're using today is the Laviedunprince palette. I have been wanting to try this for a while. I love this packaging. It's pink with these really pretty butterflies. This came out several months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, maybe, probably even older than that. I've been wanting to try it for a while. The regular price is $18. Other things started to come up, like newer palettes that I wanted to try first, so I never actually was able to pick this one up when it first launched. But when I went on BH Cosmetics and was checking out their sale, this was on sale for $10, so I went ahead and I grabbed it. As you can see, it's a beautiful neon rainbow palette. I'm not going to swatch everything in here since it is an older palette. I do love this shift. You see that? It is so pretty, but I am going to swatch some of these brighter shades because I do want to see what they look like on the skin. I'm going to swatch Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a duochrome shimmer. My God, that feels like butter. That is so pretty. Let's see. And I can, oh, yes. It's kind of a, in the palette, it's like orange, so it's kind of like this orange-yellow shift. Wow, that is pretty. I'm going to swatch Brillo, which is kind of this champagne gold here. And then Noel and Monarch. Yes, as you can see, this is like a butterfly-themed palette, obviously. Okay, they're not showing it very well in the swatch, but we all know that when you do finger swatches, they might not necessarily be representative of what they look like on the eyelid. So hopefully these shades will be brighter when you actually put them on your eyelid. Now, some of these I might be pronouncing wrong, but I think this is Lavied, Sueno, and Cocoon. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do, I think this says Cielo. I'm not sure. Lots of pigment on the finger there. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Ooh. This is some very, very pretty, vibrant mattes. Since I have kind of an orangey blush tone on my skin, I think I'm going to stick with Monarch and Noel. I definitely want to do those. And I might do Sueno, I think I'm saying that right, on the outside corner. And then I'm going to put Metamorphosis all over the eyelid. That is so much pigment. This is that Monarch shade, which is that beautiful neon orange. I'm going to lay that here towards the inner part of the eye. I'm probably going to have to build that up. It's not as vibrant on the eye as it's looking on the brush and the palette, but let's see if we can build it up. So it doesn't go on like immediately super pigmented, but it is buildable, and that's a good thing. This is only my second time using a BH Cosmetics palette. I have one more, I think it's called the Ray Ray palette. I picked that one up from TJ Maxx. That one, the formula in that one is really, really pretty. Now I'm going to take the Sueno, which is that purple shade, and I'm going to lay that on the outer corner here, the outer part of the eye. Now that is very, very pigmented. That's pretty. That one has a lot of pigment. It's really pretty, very vibrant. We're just blending that on the outer part of the eye there. So far, I am liking the way that these shadows are performing. They are blending very, very nicely. I'm going to build this one up just a little bit more. I think I'm going to go ahead and take La Vide and lay that right here down the middle. I probably should have left like a blank space there, but oh, that's building up over that. Nice. That one has a lot of pigment. That's a very, very vibrant shade. I like that. That's very pretty. Ooh. Yeah, these colors are very, very reminiscent of a butterfly. Very, you feel like you're in a fantasy, very princess-like, very fairy-like. That is pretty. That is pretty. I'm going to take some of that Noel yellow shade. Lots of pigment on the brush. Lots of pigment on the brush. And we're just going to take that over the top here, just to add a little bit of that gold yellow close to the brow bone. It's not a very, very vibrant yellow, but it looks on the eyelid exactly the shade that it is in the pan. Now we're going to lay the Metamorphosis shade over the inner part of the eye where I laid down the Monarch shade. We're going to try with the brush first, and then we'll see if I need to wet it or use my fingertip or anything. But I want to put this right over that orange shade that I laid down. My word. Oh, that is a beautiful shimmer. It's very wet looking, and it's going right on my eyelid. I'm not having to wet it. I'm not having to layer it. That is very, very pretty. That shimmer is definitely one that's unique to my eyeshadow collection. That is just gorgeous. Wow. Okay, I feel like a princess. I feel like a fairy butterfly princess right now. I'm taking a little bit of that Monarch shade and just going above that Metamorphosis shade just to bring it a little bit more of the orange, because I basically covered it up completely. To finish off the look, I'm going to go ahead and take some more of this Sueno purple shade, and we're just going to take that under the eyelid just to kind of bring everything together. I hope I am saying these shades wrong, because I don't want to offend anybody by pronouncing them wrong. I'm going to take a little bit more of that Monarch shade and just bring it underneath the eye, connected to the Sueno that I added underneath there. I am really loving how these shadows perform. They're really pretty. I'm going to line my lids real quick with my Artista liner here. This is from AOA. Since I do not have a liner from BH Cosmetics, I'm going to go ahead and like fast forward through this part because you've seen me do my eyes many times. So we're just going to zip right through this part. I'm going to give my lashes a quick curl and then throw on my Essence Lashes of the Day Super Volume Mascara, and then we'll move on to lips. I'm going to line my lips with my Ruby Kisses lip pencil. This is in Crimson. The lip color that I'm going to be using today, this is from the Sailor Moon ColourPop collection. I just got this. This is the Ultra Blotted Lip. This is in Usagi. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Feels very creamy on the lips. I've never used the Ultra Blotted formula before from ColourPop, so this is my first time using it. I don't know if it dries down or not, but feels very creamy and nice on the lips. I'm going to go ahead and set my face down real quick with the Giovanni Nourishing Facial Prime and Setting Mist. This is Hemp and Aloe. I also picked this up from TJ Maxx. I've used it a couple of times and I really like it. I don't know if it actually helps my makeup last longer, but it gives my skin a nice soft finish after I, lay down my powder and blush and everything. So we're going to go ahead and spritz our face real quick. It has a very nice, clean, fresh scent to it. While that's drying down, I'm going to go off camera, throw some lashes on, and then we'll come back and we'll do some quick final thoughts. And we're back. Lashes are done. I'm using my Tony lashes. These are in the Wispy Cat Eye. You guys know how much I love my Tony lashes, but let's do some quick little final thoughts of everything that I used here. Every single one of these face products I absolutely love. My face does feel more matte. I don't know if that's because of this primer or not. Like I said, I'm going to do a full day wear test later on in the week, and I'll let you know in the comments when this video uploads what I thought about it. But I do like the way this primer went on. I do like the finish. It did set down a little bit, which I really, really like. The foundation, I thought it looked like it might be a little bit too dark for my skin, but as you can see, it's an almost perfect match. It looks beautiful. And even though this powder is advertised for being an under eye setting powder, it set my entire face beautifully. It is very blurry. It looks really, really nice. So if you do have this powder and it's not working for you under your eyes, just use it as an all-over setting powder. Absolutely beautiful for that. Both these blushes, especially this one, the Chocolate Truffle blush, the orange tones. Oh my God, I'm so glad I picked this one up. It is absolutely beautiful on the skin. This is definitely one of my favorite blush formulas now. The Floral blush today, I just use that as a highlighter. I didn't actually use that as an overall blush. Whenever I get the chance to try this out again as an overall blush, I will let you guys know what I thought about it. And the highlight of today's video, the Laviedunprince Eyeshadow palette. I hate that I waited so long to pick this one up. It is absolutely beautiful. Every single shade that I used performed exactly as I was hoping it would. So beautiful, so pigmented, so bright and vibrant. This duochrome shimmer here, the Metamorphosis shade, it is exactly what the name implies. It completely transforms. It is so gorgeous. I feel like an absolute beautiful fairy princess right now. Quick note, the Ultra Blotted Lip that I got from ColourPop, the Sailor Moon one, it did dry down. Just by the way it feels though, I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this is going to be my favorite absolute end-all be-all lip color formula, but I do like the way that it looks on my lips. And that was my almost full face of products from BH Cosmetics. You guys, I absolutely loved the way the entire look came out. I know I have said it already, but I feel like a fairy princess. The colors, my skin, everything just looks so absolutely beautiful. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you hit subscribe and join the little family. And if you want to be notified of any videos that will be coming up in the future, be sure to tap the notification bell located on the bottom right down there. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.